and welcome to My Spiritual Sanctuary. My name is Sandra. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, everyone. Sit down and relax. I just want to welcome all the newcomers. If this is your first time here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad that you were able to stop by. And there's always a reason why we've crossed paths today, so sit tight and listen to the message. And if you've been here before, you know the rigmarole. Welcome back. Welcome back. Glad to have you. Now, today is Feng Shui Friday, and it's July 24th. So it's a real special day for me today. It is my daughter's 41st birthday, and my birthday was yesterday. So I had my daughter the day after my birthday. And she was the most precious gift I've ever received for my birthday. And I'm so proud of her and all of her accomplishments that I wanted to just share one of her posts that she wrote today, because it's so, it's very empowering for women. My daughter, her name is Rhonda, and she has 3 kids. And the ages are 15, 13, and let's see, little one's going to be 7. I can hardly keep up with their ages. So, and she works full-time and has a very big home to take care of, so she's on the go constantly. But one of the things we learn about here at Feng Shui Friday is transformation of your inside and your outside. So when I talk about Feng Shui of the space, your external environment, I talk about, how to move your house around so that it is in alignment with the energies for most positive impact in your home. And those are based on several Feng Shui principles that I have learned over the year. And over the years, I've been doing it for about 25 years now. However, there's also an inner transformation that happens, and that is also very much a part of the entire process. What's on the inside is generally mirrored on the outside, and what's on the outside is generally mirrored on the inside. And so when we are conscious about the choices that we're making both inside and outside, then profound results occur in our lives. So what I wanted to talk today was about my daughter and what she's accomplished over the last year. And, it's just been so profound to watch the changes that she's been going through. And I just wanted to share a picture of her. That's who she is. That's my daughter, Rhonda. She's 41, and she doesn't look 41, does she? No. And as you can see on this side is her picture a year ago. And look at how she has slimmed down within the last year. And not only has she changed her life on the outside, but also within her insides as well. And I just want to read her inspiration, because it may be inspirational to somebody out there. So she says today, my son Aiden made this side-by-side for me and cropped some great background pictures showing the progress I have made over the last year. I post this to hopefully inspire. Starting with changing my diet to help manage my colitis. My daughter has ulcerative colitis, and she's had it since she was about 24 years old. And at times she's had to be hospitalized. And then when she was pregnant with with her children, it got worse, and then it would get better and then worse. So she's gone through a real battle with it, but she has it under control now. So if anybody out there has an autoimmune disease, then this is inspiration for you as well. So she started with changing her diet to help manage her colitis, and then with started walking, and then to running. Today, she turns 41, and I can say that I am in the best shape of my life, not only physically, but mentally. I get up early and I run 4 miles in the morning before work, and then I walk another 2.5 miles at night. I love it, and my biggest support and cheerleader has been my husband. He has always seen my value even when I couldn't. I'm a Jim Quick fan, and I listen to his podcast and have his book, Limitless. That may be a good one that you might want to get. He said, if you fight for your limitations, you get to keep them. I decided right then and there I would not let my colitis or my fears define and limit me. Tiny habits has been the key for me to make big changes. I strive to do something difficult every day and turn tiny habits into daily routines. I have had to do as much inner work as I have physical work, and it has been challenging, but I'm finding the sweet spot is in the journey. I'm so proud of her, and I just wanted to share that with everybody today on Feng Shui Friday, because it's so much a part of, the Feng Shui, and the limitless part of it is knowing that we do not have any limitations other than what our mind tells us we have. And I was 61 yesterday, so, I have tried to maintain my health and over the years, and I feel like I've been a big inspiration to my daughter to have a physically, mentally, emotionally, and mentally balanced part of my life. I mean, of course, there's times when we are totally out of balance, and that happens. But the difference is you get back up and you go forward again. And you never give up, and you just keep going forward in your journey. So if anyone out there is having any type of an autoimmune disease, or weight loss, or smoking cessation, or trying to really release a bad habit, maybe you're addicted to prescription drugs or any type of drugs, it's really terrible for the body. And it does so much damage to the liver. So, once we start taking care of ourselves physically and we get the proper exercise, then we start to eat better, and then we start to feel better, and then we want more of that instead of the unhealthy stuff. So it's a progress. It's never perfection, but it's progress, and it's making, like my daughter said, those little tiny changes every day in order to have a profound effect long term. So that's a little bit of inspiration today as far as releasing those negative habits and trying to achieve our goals, even though we're experiencing a lot of difficulties and challenges through this pandemic. And I know a lot of people are having anxiety about money and about job. And there's a lot of things out there that we just can't control. However, we can control what we do with our lives on a daily basis. And myself, I've always done physical exercise, and I have some weight to lose. I've gained a little over this pandemic, as a lot of people have. However, I do try to do exercise every day. I have been going to the gym. I used to go 5-6 days a week and work out for an hour and a half before the pandemic. And then, of course, the gyms were closed. Now they're reopened, and I'm still a little bit leery about going because we always have to wear a mask inside. And it's just the recycled air. So what I have decided is to try to do things that will allow me to be outside in nature. And so what I've done is I've started a ritual swimming, and where I live there's a pool and a spa. So I swim for 30 minutes, and I just swim back and forth. I do laps, and I do yoga, and I have been doing yoga for years, and at times I do it every single day, and then there's times that I do it maybe 3 or 4 times a week. I combine that with meditation and prayer, and really the history behind yoga is that it was to prepare us for meditation. And now you can do either one and receive great benefits as a result. Now, there are several different types of meditations, And I did a new moon and Cancer meditation, which I just released that on Monday for the new moon. And that one, please go back and listen to that, because it was a guided meditation. And it brings you into your higher self and your inner sanctuary. So when you are feeling stressed or you need answers, you can go to your higher self, and you can meet your higher self, and you can ask yourself the questions so that you can receive the answers. And that's connecting with the divine and your divine guidance. And really, right now, that is where all your answers are going to come from. They're not going to come from watching the news or getting your information from an external source. It's all going to come from the divine. That is your best conduit of information. And God has no agenda. So everybody else out there does. Believe me. Right now, everybody's in panic mode and just really tired of all of this. These oppressions, and feeling like we are stuck, and feeling like we're being chained to our homes, and there's no more social events and all of that. And Zoom meetings are great and videos are great, but boy, personal contact, we're really noticing how much we love personal contact with other people. So one of the things is, it's important that we receive our guidance from the divine, from the higher source, and if you don't believe in God, no worries, you just get your guidance that comes in from the one source, the unmanifest, they say. It's the unmanifest, which is the fifth dimension, where all that is in essence and in our auras and angels and guides and spirit resides. And we all have this energy within us of spirit. So when we die, that life goes out of our body, our physical body dies, but our spirit lives on forever. And energy never dies, it just transforms. So that's why we're able to have mediums in the world, and we can speak to the other side, which I talked about last Friday, my encounters with a few people from the other side. It's just like they move from room to room. And we can connect with them at any time we want, just by going within and allowing them to speak to us, or maybe even doing some automatic writing and let the words come through that they want to tell us. So guided meditation, that's what I did last Monday for the new moon, which I always try to do a meditation. So make sure you check that out. And then there's also, quiet meditation where you don't have any, it's not guided. It's, it's just going into the void and just sitting and being with self, and doing your breath work at first when you start, in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth, and going in deep, and then just sit and just allow those thoughts to come. And just know that that's fine. When you first start meditating, the thoughts will come in, and then you release them, and then they come in, and then you release them. And as you do that, you go deeper and deeper and deeper into the void, they call it, the unmanifest. And just be. Don't have to do anything. You just have to be. And the next thing you know, you're down deep in that really deep state, and you allow the answers to come in. You allow the divine to come into you. So there is that's another way to do meditation. For instance, haven't you ever been driving in a car? You're driving down the road. Next thing you look up and you go, wow, how did I get to this spot, right? You were in a deep meditation, because that's what happens when we drive. We get into that rhythm of the, bzz, the buzz, and we forget because we've got other things going on in our mind, and then next thing you know, we're at our destination and we don't even remember the last 10 minutes, right? Or we're washing the dishes, and you're washing the dishes and you're thinking about things, and next thing you know, they're done and you don't remember the last 10 minutes, or you get into the zone. People often get that when they're running, or, they call it the runner's high, and next thing you know, they're in that zone of where limitless possibilities are coming forward for us. So there are other ways to meditate, and I meditate when I'm swimming in the pool in the evening. I just float, and I just allow the energies to come to me. And, in the shower, I get a lot of inspiration in the shower as well. So there's a lot of different ways that you can receive information, and you just need to just allow it to come through. Okay? So I've got a lot of really exciting changes coming up for the following week, and I am going to be doing more readings. As you all know, the tarot has become my best friend as far as tapping into my intuition and not listening to the outside world, but really doing my cards and tapping in and getting the answers that I need, and I follow it. And with that and meditation, and I also check in with the Tao Te Ching, the I Ching. I get my answers through that 4,000-year-old oracle. So I will be posting readings next week for, we're almost to the 31st, and we've got a lot of planetary influences right now. So I didn't even really want to go into those this evening, because there are so many things happening on a planetary basis that I definitely want to address those in my soul element readings that I'll be doing next week for everyone. And then I'm going to be starting doing daily readings, and it'll be, I haven't really decided how the format of those are going to be yet, because of course Spirit hasn't given me kind of given me an idea of what I'm going to be doing, but not really what I'm going to call it and what cards I'm going to use and that kind of thing. I'm kind of leaving it up to Spirit. If you have any suggestions, then please, go ahead and put it down below, and then I will definitely take them into consideration. So, as we're moving into August, the children are going to be doing long distance learning now. And the Feng Shui of children's space for learning is so important. So next week I will be talking about Feng Shui for children's spaces for the coming school year. And we will talk a little bit more about how to set up their space and what to exactly is important so that they are at their optimum learning levels. That's what we have to do as parents, right? We have to set up our kids for success. And so the tips and tricks that I'll be sharing with you are what I have learned over my 25 years doing Feng Shui. If you would like a consultation, I'm always available to schedule an appointment. So you can go ahead and email me below. You can opt into my mailing list below. And also I have a My Spiritual Sanctuary Facebook group, and that link will be below as well. Now on my Facebook group, I will be posting more live videos next week, so you have to be in the group in order to receive those. You only have to answer 3 questions to get in the group, and then I'll be doing a lot more teaching and coaching and educating on all things spiritual, to help you through the crisis. That's my mission, is to help support everyone as they're moving through these changes coming up. So that is coming up. I'm going to be doing more meditations, guided meditations for everybody. And then I did tell you last week about the Master Key, which will be starting, I believe, August 3rd. I'm going to start that program. So I'll be talking to you more about that in a separate video all its own. I'm also really discouraged with being out in public with smoking these days. It's just driving me absolutely crazy. I cannot handle it. So I am going to create a program for smoking cessations. I have done it in 2008, and I helped several people quit with self-hypnosis. It's a 5-week program, and if you're spending money on cigarettes right now, then it'll be the cost of 5 weeks worth of smoking, and then you're done. You're not going to be spending money anymore on that nasty habit. So that's coming up next week, and then more to come, but you gotta join the group below. So in order to get all of those things coming up, or my mailing list, because I'm going to be starting my email newsletter now that I have everything set up for that. So you'll get all of those really special pieces of information to help you move through this pandemic, okay? So lots of great, exciting things coming up, my friends, and I want to thank you for joining me this week for Feng Shui Friday. Let's pick a card before we leave. We wouldn't be Feng Shui Friday without a card, right? Or 3 cards normally we would do. Okay, so I've got my angel decks here. They're my Doreen Virtue cards, and I've combined 2 decks together. So I don't know, I just like them because what I'm going to do is, and I've shuffled them really well, and I'm going to pick 3 cards for us. So this one looks like it wants to come out. And this one. And this one. So let's see what we have for this week, my friends. Oh, we've had this one before. Yvonne, you have a special bond with animals. Your pets on earth and in heaven are watched over by angels. So things are really shaking for the animals right now. I know this is funny, this should come up. My son just got, him and his family just got a puppy last week, and it's so cute. And you know, now that people are staying home more, you know, people are buying pets. They're you know, deciding to commit to animals. And so if you have been thinking about maybe possibly getting a dog or a cat or some kind of animal, now would be the good time to do it while we're all, you know, hunkered down at home. You have time to do the training of the pet and also to give the pet a lot of love. So great time to communicate with animals. So I'm not surprised. We got that card a couple weeks ago too. Okay, now this one is Speak Your Truth. So important right now. It's important for us to speak our truth because we're being oppressed in so many other different ways, that it's important that we do speak our truth and we don't hold it all inside, because what happens is it manifests as disease in our tissues and our body, and it doesn't allow for us to be healthy individuals. Now, there is a healthy way to speak your truth. Of course, you're not going to do it in an anger manner or anything like that. But what it can consist of is, this is the throat chakra. It's the 5th chakra, and it's blue. If you haven't seen my video from last Monday for the Cancer new moon, we did a meditation with the 5th chakra, connecting it to the divine. So I would really suggest you do it to help you speak your truth as we're moving through this very difficult time. And last but not least, we have Zaina. You are protected from all types of harm. The worst is now behind you, and I ask you to relax and feel safe. That's so important right now too, my friends, because we're all, I mean, a lot of people are really concerned about what's going to happen. We don't know. There's a lot of uncertainty in the world right now. And, you know, just know that we're always safe. And one of the things I heard from another reader, which I really, you know, have taken to heart, is if we are anointing ourselves with the divine and we're always knowing that we are always protected, then there becomes a shield or a barrier that's around us, because then nothing can actually harm us and get into our energy field or our aura. So it all starts with the mind and knowing that you are always in the right place at the right time. You are always protected, that life is always working for your highest good, and that the universe is conspiring for your success at all times. Never, ever is it not. So just know that if you are experiencing some difficult times right now, then it's leading to a better place where you need to be. And sometimes we have to be course corrected on the right path in a not so easy manner. And sometimes those lessons are not easy, but we signed up for that prior to coming to this life so that we could do the work we came here to do. And now everybody is being called to step up and really make this new earth something that's really a great place to live. And that's why we're going through all these changes. But you must know that nothing can harm you. Nothing can harm you if you are staying in the present moment and you are asking God for protection, asking your angels and your guides to be by your side. They will be. They will always be there with you. Okay? So that is our Feng Shui Friday for today, July 24th, 2020. And I want to thank you for joining me today. And I will look forward to seeing you next week with all my great things coming in. And happy birthday to my daughter today, Rhonda. I love you. And I wish everyone happy birthday out there. If you are a Leo, then happy birthday, Leo. All right. Until we meet again, my friends, namaste.